And much like yesterday, we'll likely talk about the fact that even though they won this game, certainly there are concerns that need to be corrected, especially with this Eagles defense, which has played so well much of the year. The defense has struggled the past 2 weeks. Last week they played the high-flying Rams. Yesterday, a 2-11 Giants team, even though Eli Manning certainly found the fountain of youth, that has to be a bit more concerning. Not necessarily for now, but going forward with the rest of the season and the postseason. There'll also be certainly a lot of talk about Nick Foles. Doug Peterson talked all week that he was not going to change the offense for Foles. That seemed to be the case, and Foles talked about that trust that Doug has in him, how he responded with the 4 touchdown passes, and no interceptions. With a backup quarterback, you cannot make those mistakes. The big picture is the Eagles are 12-2. They have a first-round bye. They control their own destiny for the top overall seed in the NFC. So even with some bumps in the road yesterday at the Meadowlands, I think Doug Peterson has a lot to be happy about with the state of his team. We'll have much more coming up after we hear from Doug Peterson. Reporting live from South Philadelphia, I'm Ed Fenken, KYW News Radio.
Next up for the Eagles, a Christmas night matchup with the 6-8 Oakland Raiders at the Link. 76ers on the road. They will visit the Chicago Bulls. Sixers have lost 5 of their last 6. Flyers look to make it 7 straight wins tonight as they host the LA Kings. College basketball, Drexel home tonight to host Quinnipiac. That's sports. I'm Matt Leon, KYW News Radio.
Up next on KYW News Radio.
I'm Tony Romeo in Harrisburg. The State House continues to plod its way through debate on a Marcellus Shale natural gas extraction tax.
KYW News Time, 11:48. You and your husband have gone through life side by side, hand in hand. But now, his addiction is tearing your family apart. It's time to trust Karen to pick up the pieces and put your family back together. Karen brings over 60 years of uncompromising care, battling addiction with innovative treatment programs that will lead your loved one back to you. Take the next step at caron.org/trust. Karen. Recovery for life. A message from America First Policies, Inc.
Our tax laws are a mess. They're unfair, hurt the middle class, and make it harder for American companies to compete. Who's benefiting? The rich, the swamp, and foreign countries like China. Why? Because it's rigged, and they know how to game the system. And worse, the middle class pays for it. But thanks to your congressman, we finally have a plan to fix it. A plan that lowers taxes for middle-class families and small businesses, nearly doubling the standard deduction, which about 70% of Americans choose to take. Increasing the child tax credit to help keep more money in the pockets of working families. And reducing the corporate rate to bring businesses back from overseas. Creating new, higher-paying American jobs. The time is now. Call 202-224-3121 and tell your congressman to support the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Paid for by America First Policies, Inc.
KYW News Time, 11:49. We have 47 degrees, partial sunshine at the CBS Broadcast Center, and we are heading up to 49 today. From the KYW 24-hour traffic center, I-95 northbound past Bridge Street, there's a mobile work crew blocking the 2 right lanes. We will have traffic and transit issues coming up in just a few.
Okay.
Time, 11:50.
Thank you.
Now a special report on an Amtrak train derailment. CBS News special report: an Amtrak train has derailed on a highway overpass in Washington State, spilling cars on the highway below. There are casualties reported.
The windows are breaking and people are screaming.
This passenger describes the moment of impact.
You could hear and feel the cars crumbling and breaking apart.
Tracy Taylor, a reporter with KIRO TV, is at the scene.
Just got word from Pierce County Detective Ed Troyer, and he has confirmed fatalities, major injuries, and people being transferred to the hospital. People are still trapped on the train, and there's still no cause of the derailment. It happened just south of Washington. The southbound lanes of Interstate 5 have been closed, and drivers are being warned to avoid the area. Again, an Amtrak train has derailed onto a busy highway in Washington State. Early reports say there are casualties. CBS News special report. I'm Vicky Barker. Supporters of attacks on natural gas extraction in Pennsylvania are growing frustrated with the slow grinding process of debating the issue in the State House, which is now adjourned until next year. Here's KYW's Tony Romeo.
The State House has, in fits and starts, worked its way through consideration of dozens of amendments to the Marcellus Shale natural gas tax bill. Unfortunately for supporters, there are still hundreds more on deck. Last Last week, they tried parliamentary maneuvers to try to force the House to resume debate on those amendments. Kate Harper is a Republican from Montgomery County.
It's clear that the rules are being used to prevent a discussion of a severance tax.
The spokesman for House Republican leaders who oppose the shale tax denies there is an effort to slow walk the bill, citing the huge number of amendments and other legislative priorities that are being addressed. He also says leaders hope for a compromise. In Harrisburg, Tony Romeo, KYW News Radio.
KYW News time, 11:52. Time for traffic and transit on the tubes. Things are slow on the eastbound Schuylkill Expressway coming out of the Conshohocken curve. It's pretty heavy in through around Belmont. It opens up again, and then it's one big solid line of traffic from the boulevard all the way down to the Vine Street Expressway. Now, the good news is that people are moving again there. They had all traffic stopped for a special event, and with this, the westbound Schuylkill Expressway is slow approaching University. In through South Street, the Vine looks better in both directions. Now, the toy run that is currently headed toward Shop has got Civic Center Boulevard closed between Spruce and the hospital, so that's where they're headed now. They shouldn't be on any of the major routes through the area. 95 southbound, you're all jammed up because of construction crew. They are approaching Cottman down to Bridge. We have 2 lanes blocked with this, and not seeing any problems elsewhere on 95. Everything's in pretty decent shape. On the median bypass, southbound, jams traffic for about a mile. Headed toward the Baltimore Pike, and then it continues south slow. South 352, that's construction. 322, both directions, that's construction. Westbound starting Bridge Road. It's worse on the westbound side, or the eastbound side, than it is on the westbound side. No major delays to report in New Jersey. The bridge is all right. Back on the PA side, we've got really slow traffic on the eastbound 30 bypass. Things are very slow because you get to 113 where there is construction. Mass Transit, no reported issues. Next update in less than 10 minutes. This report is brought to you by Giant Food Stores. It's a wonderful time to save at Giant with Giant brand spiral sliced ham. Half ham, just $1.19 per pound. Limit 2 with additional $25 purchase with your Giant bonus card. I'm Stevie Reese from the TrueMark Financial Credit Union 24-hour traffic center.
I'm CBS 3 meteorologist Matt Peterson. Partly cloudy and a high of 49 degrees today. Not overly cold tonight with mostly cloudy skies and an overnight low of 38. Plenty of sunshine for us on Tuesday. Warms us all the way to 58 degrees for the afternoon high. We're going to go up to 46 with mostly sunny skies for the middle of the week on Wednesday. Thursday is the official start to the winter season. A high of 40 degrees with sunny skies. And by Friday, we're back to 50, increasing clouds and the chance for a late day shower. Eyewitness weather update daytimes every hour on KYW News Radio.
47, partly sunny, heading up to 49.
Today's 96.5, just half the amount of commercials as you hear on 101.1.
The artist you love.